Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers is calling for common ground on issues like public education, funding for local governments, and mental health services. On Tuesday night, Evers' fifth State of the State address from the state capitol resembled more of a mini budget outline. Evers said Wisconsin is in the best fiscal position it's been in its 175-year history, implying to the state's projected $6.5 billion surplus. He spoke a lot on the investment in mental health services and says he plans to invest almost $300 million to permanently fund a program providing K-12 mental health services. Another major plan centers on funding local government.
We'll work together on a budget provision that will send a total of up to 20% of the state's sales tax revenue back to our local communities for shared revenue.
Democratic colleague Senator Brad Pfaff says Evers' address and last week's bipartisan constitutional amendment on bail reform means the partisan fever is beginning to crack. He adds that by focusing on topics that affect everyone, Evers is sending out an olive branch to his GOP counterparts.
He put aside any, very divisive issues, and he talked about issues like tax reform, economic development, investing in our small businesses, child care deserts, clean water. These are bipartisan, common sense issues. Regardless if you're in a rural area or an urban area, you hear the needs to address.
Meanwhile, GOP Senator Patrick Testin from the 24th District believes his party will continue to have productive conversations on education, tax reform, and more, but neither side of the aisle will get everything they want.
The governor laid out in his speech tonight a very expensive agenda that we have to be very mindful of with state dollars, where, again, it may not be everything that he wants, because I'm a firm believer you can't eat an apple in one bite, but we can take steps to move the state in the right direction and address some of these issues.
Governor Evers will deliver his official budget address on February 15th.